Did you guys hear of the story of a nursing mother that was found dead in the church premises of a 47-year-old pastor in Ondo State? The story is quite weird and unusual and still not clear. But from what we're hearing, the nursing mother, who goes by the name of Adejoke, was said to have been staying at the church compound of the pastor, Pastor Salami. It's not very clear how long she has been staying in these properties, but from what we were able to deduct, it was said that Adejoke had come to the church of the pastor with the help of her sister. And after one Sunday service, she went home and came back to the church and told the pastor that she had nowhere to stay and asked if she could stay somewhere in the church till she was on her feet. Mind you, she had an 11-month-old child with her, so I'm guessing because of that, the pastor was able to give her a room in the compound that I guess is a family compound or was a rented compound. It's not clear. And so she had been staying in that room that the pastor gave her for as long as it's being said she did. So on the 25th or thereabout, or somewhere before the 25th, because I guess it was on the 25th of March 2023, she was reported dead. Her mother was looking for her and needed to see her and speak with her. The mother did not know where she stayed, so her mother called her and asked her where she was. She described the address for the mom, and the mom came to the church, saw the child, saw the situation, and wondered why she was there and asked her to come back home or go somewhere else. But she said she was fine, that she only needed foodstuff, and the mother agreed to do so. And I think the next day when the mother came back with the foodstuff, the mother heard her baby crying when she got into the compound. And when the mother went to the room where she was supposed to be staying, the mother found her dead with her clothes pulled down, almost as though someone had sexually assaulted her. And the mother quickly assumed that the pastor had forced himself on her and had caused her death, and he was the one to be held responsible. Immediately, the mother informed the police and the police swooped into action. Pastor Salami was caught and arrested at his workplace, and when he was questioned, he had something contrary to say. He claimed he didn't do it first of all, that he did not know what happened to her. And he explained his own side of the story. According to him, he gave her the house to stay and she has been there. It's just unfortunate that to get into his own room, he also needs to pass hers. That is to say, his room is connected to her. So the room he gave to her, he also had access to it, which is weird because there was just one door separating them. But he did claim that whenever he wanted to go in or come out, he usually announces and tells her and informs her, and she lets him in and lets him out, which I find odd because it's like, okay, now this is implicating. If it was she lived in a separate room, he had a better chance of getting away with it. But the fact that his own room is connected to hers is a little detrimental to his defense in a way, because clearly only him now has access to her. And don't forget, she's a young single mother and he is a 47-year-old man. And it's not clear if he's married or if he stayed with anyone. For all that is worth, it seemed like only the two of them probably stayed in the compound for all that is worth. No words on neighbors. We've not heard anything if neighbors or any other people saw anything. Because for the mother to come to the compound and hear the baby cry endlessly, if there were other people in the compound, they would have heard the baby cry too. So I want to assume there was no one else in the compound. Now, on that said day, she was found dead. I think that might have been on a Saturday or on a Sunday. It's not clear. He claimed that he had gone to work. He's a welder by profession, also a pastor, but he does well-trained job for a living. And he claimed that when he went to work, Adejoke came to his workplace around 2 or thereabouts to charge her phone, and she came back around 4 to collect the phone. Now remember, her mother came to the house premises and found her dead around 5 p.m. So around 4 p.m., that was the last time Pastor Kayode Salami claimed to have seen her when she left his workplace with the phone that she had come to charge. But this is the issue, and this is what Adejoke's mother is claiming, that when he was dragged to the police station, don't forget, it's the same day she was found dead that he was taken to the police station. The situation the mother saw her in was that her underpants was dragged out of her body as though someone had assaulted her. But when he was brought to the police station, his trousers was torn and it was discovered that he wasn't wearing any underwear, which kind of made a lot of people connect the dots. Almost like, okay, he's not wearing underwear. She was found dead without her underwear. What had happened? But he had no explanation for the lack of underwear. I'm not sure if it was brought up to him, but I guess it was just something that they noticed per se. But he's adamant that he did not RAP her and he did not know what happened to her. So it's just an unfortunate situation. My thing is, what else was found on her? Like, was she beaten? Was she bruised? Was she choked? Was she stabbed? Because the only thing the mother seemed to be giving, the only thing we know regarding her death is that she was found dead with her underpants out of her body. So it's not clear if any other thing, if there was any other visible injury, if there was any other force that may determine that she was probably beaten, strangled, or may be a direct cause of her death. They need to carry out an autopsy to be sure what probably killed her. And maybe for the pastor's side, we need to know where he was after she left with the phone. Did anybody see him leave the welding place? I'm sure he's not the only one at the welder shop. If his co-workers can say for a fact that he was there throughout till the police came to get him, then, and they could also say for a fact that they saw her around 4 p.m. come to take the phone, then there's a chance that maybe someone else did it. There's a chance that maybe somebody else may have been the one to have done it. She was probably the only one at home, defenseless, and it's a church compound. And I'm very sure usually a lot of church premises are very accessible. It's not the most secure place, if I can recall. Church compounds or church homes are some of the most accessible places out there because a lot of times they believe, God is their security man or God is protecting and watching them over. So is there a possibility that somebody may have come and targeted her? Because that is of a high chance. That is of a high possibility. That is also very plausible. As for the pastor wearing no underwear when he was dragged to the police station, it does raise his eyebrow. I mean, with his trouser torn or be something concerning his zip torn, it does raise eyebrow. Like it does, given the situation she was found dead in. It sort of give and raise eyebrows. If this was an advanced country, they just have to match DNA, check for DNA, and all this would be solved. It's unfortunate that in this time and age in Nigeria security system, we still don't do DNA testing to track people who commit crimes like this. It's too backward. The only thing we have is BVN. It's like, it's sad. They could have just gotten DNA samples, probably semen samples, and test it and lock the whoever did it up or probably set him free. Find DNA matches, check for fingerprints, something, hair follicles. If whoever assaulted her, did emit some kind of fluid from his body into her body, they could get that sample and match it to probably maybe save this man the stress and find who they're actually looking for. Cases like these should be easily solved. This is 2023 and it's unfortunate that we're still here waiting for who said or who wore boxers or who did not wear underwear to determine who killed him, who killed her per se. It's just sad, it's unfortunate. And I would hope that the justice is done fairly. I would hope so. And I guess maybe if for some reason he's innocent, I'm sure he probably would be regretting giving her an apartment because his life now will change, his church will crumble, everyone is going to look at him with one eye up, and it's just sad. At the same time, again, if the police really want to do their job, like I have already said, question his co-workers at the welding shop and find out if he left, if they were able, if they can, be his alibi to confirm that he was dead throughout and that she did come to take her phone around 4 and he did follow her back, then that can probably also save him. They just need to look somewhere else for the possible killer. At the same time, they also need to know what killed her because it's still not clear. I'm not exactly sure, or maybe I'm not educated when it comes to the assaults that she may have experienced before her death. I don't know if that alone does the killing. From a lot of RAPE cases that we know of, the victims are beaten, strangled, stabbed, and other things are done to cause their death. But in her situation, we only know that she is lifeless and her pants is dragged down. So we don't know if she was strangled, suffocated, or something, or drugs or anything. We need to know what actually may have caused her death. Or is it possible that he came home, found her dead, and did something with her body? I don't know. Or could it be another ritual cases too, where you have to do these things? And it's just weird. I don't think you'd want to do that with a child still there. It's confusing and it's weird that somebody did this thing to this woman in the presence of the child and no one saw anything. I guess we'll just have to be following and we'll just have to be waiting. I do feel like he might go down for it. And the only reason why he will go down for it is because they found him without underwear. which is really unfortunate. Probably was in the toilet when they came to drag him out. Who knows? But you guys let me know your thoughts.